people going to think of our new buttermilk crispy chicken? Let's find out.
It's probably the best sandwich I've ever had.
It's super crispy, but it's also really juicy.
So would you guys come back? Yep.
Yeah.
Most definitely. Well, here's our card. The location is on the back. It's McDonald's? What? What?
Oh, get out
No way.
Wait, seriously?
Try some buttermilk crispy chicken. It's right around the corner at McDonald's. Buttermilk.
Back here on Ask the Coach, Joe Myers and Jeff Garman discussing last night's 28-6 victory over the Metcalfe County Hornets, which puts Glasgow at 5-4 on the year and finished the district season at 2-1. They are the number 2 seed and will host Washington County, the 3 seed out of Class 2A District 4. That game will be played in the first round of the playoffs 2 weeks from yesterday over at Hank Roy Stadium. Scotties will finish out the regular season next week against a very, very good Elizabethtown football team. We'll talk about them a little bit in that next segment. Taking a look at the drive chart from the game last night, Metcalfe County won the coin toss, and they deferred to the second half. So the Scotties obviously took the opening kickoff, got the football at their own 35-yard line, and drove 65 yards in just 5 plays. The drive took 2 minutes and 10 seconds. Ben Hughes catches a 10-yard touchdown pass from Desi Austin. Noah Howard adds the extra point. It's 7-0 Glasgow with 9:50 to go in the first quarter. I know nothing more you like as a head coach, Jeff, than to get the ball on the opening kickoff, drive it right down the field, and score and get off on the right foot.
Yeah, and that's we lost the toss tonight, so Metcalfe deferred to the second half. But here the last couple of weeks, I was going into the game wanting the ball first. I thought with Metcalfe's kicking game, we would get pretty good field position. So I wanted to try it again to get out and get a lead and force the issue a little bit and maybe force Metcalfe to do some things they don't want to do. But, I go back and keep talking about this, and the thing that impresses me the most is just these boys' demeanor and their work ethic and their lunch pail attitude that they bring every day to practice, and not only on the practice field but in the weight room. These are hardworking kids that excel not only on the football field but in the classroom. They've really grown up, and some of the Mickey Mouse stuff around school that we've had some problems with maybe over the last couple of years, these guys have really grown up and taken more of a leadership role, and I'm just impressed with their demeanor and how they handle themselves and how they're playing. And you, as a coach, you can't put a price tag on playing hard. And I have to say, those boys play hard every week for us. They bring it. They're a physical. We try to play as physical as we can. The defense flies around, hits people, creates turnovers, and we've done that all year long. I don't know what the turnover margin is, but I know we're way ahead in the turnover margin. Our record should probably indicate a little bit more success for the turnover situation that we've created, but it doesn't. But we've basically beat the teams that I feel like that we should have beat, and again, the teams that maybe that were on it was one way or another game. We've had the ball in 3 of those 4 losses with the ball at the very end of the game with a chance to win. So, I'm really proud of the guys, and just how they've represented not only our school, our community, but how they've represented our football program in whole and the rich tradition that we have here.
Just for the record, the turnover margin after last night winning the battle 3-0, you're now plus 10 in turnover margin. You've forced 18 turnovers and only turned it over 8 times yourself, and certainly that goes a long way towards having a successful year.
Yeah, it does, and I feel like with that margin we should be a little bit better than what we were, but maybe that's just where we're supposed to be right now, and we've got a lot of things to look forward to in the future, and again, our motto's been, let's go, let's try to improve each week and get better, and I think those kids have done that, and as a coach, I'm extremely proud of them.
Metcalfe County would punt on its first possession of the night. Scotties would on their next possession drive into Metcalfe County territory before turning the football over on downs at the Metcalfe County 40-yard line. And Jeff, that's a situation where you guys, I think it was like 4th and 13, 4th and 14. You decide to go for it from the Metcalfe 40, and certainly you're showing confidence in your offense to try to pick it up right there, but maybe even more so showing confidence in your defense, knowing that if your offense doesn't get it on 4th and long, that you're going to give Metcalfe County the football back at the 40-yard line, but you had enough confidence in your defense to be able to get a stop, and that's exactly what they did.
Well, we did, and I thought the defense was playing well, so we went for it. And we also got caught with a penalty on a kickoff where we had to start deep in our territory, and there was some miscommunication between me and the kicker that I wanted him to kick the ball on the ground. He thought I meant I wanted an onside kick, so we gave him good field position again. And those things that is what we live and we learn from and we get better from. That's one thing I wanted to mention too. I thought our kicking game was pretty solid tonight. Thought Noah did a real good job on his extra points. And showed a lot of confidence, and he's made a few adjustments, and it looks like it's paying off because he kicked the ball pretty well tonight.
His kickoffs are pretty good too, Jeff. They're going to the 15, 10-yard line sometimes. He's getting them pretty deep.
I know we started off at one series there, maybe the second half when we kicked off to him. They started off down around about the 25, so that's a pretty solid job by him, and he's continued to improve all year long. This is his first year doing this, and so he's in the same boat as a lot of us as our first time doing a lot of stuff. So I've really, really enjoyed watching him and get better and improve as a kicker.
Glasgow's next score came as a result of a sack and a fumble forced by Draven Pope, and we think Draven recovered that fumble as well. It was tough for us to see in the press box whether it was Draven or Karam Kimball, but we gave credit for it to Draven Pope on the fumble recovery, and that gave Glasgow the football back at the Metcalfe 44-yard line. 11 plays later, 3 minutes and 10 seconds off the clock, Desi Austin scores on a 1-yard quarterback sneak. Jasper Munday then scores on a 2-point conversion run, and initially had the kick team out there to kick the extra point, but a penalty on Metcalfe County allowed Glasgow to move the ball a yard and a half further, and they decided to go for 2, and they get it on a Jasper Munday run, a 15-0 lead with 11:57 to go in the second quarter. Metcalfe County would then punt on its next possession, giving Glasgow the football back at the 24-yard line, and their own 24, I should say, and took them 5 plays only to drive 76 yards in only a minute and 33 seconds. Ben Hughes would catch a 43-yard touchdown pass from Desi Austin. The kick was no good, left Glasgow with a 21-0 lead with 6:26 to go in the second quarter, but another big hookup right there from Desi to Ben, Jeff.
It was, and that's been a good combination all year long. Both of them have performed at a high level, I thought, and again, we had a lot of good individual performances tonight. I continually go back, watch the tape, and you go from week 1 to all the way down the line, and one thing that I work with every day are the receivers, and to see how much Griffin, how much has improved. And probably the one that's improved the most out of them all, if you ask me, is the Bird kid. I mean, doesn't show a lot on the stat line. In this offense, the tight end doesn't get a whole lot of looks. He gets some, but not a lot of looks. But his blocking's really improved and had some good blocks tonight on our run game, I thought, and really opened up some big games. And it seems like when we've had some success on offense, either at Barron or some of the other games, I can go back and think the Metcalfe game, the Barron game, some other ones. Gavin's, when he started blocking a lot better out there on the outside, and when he comes down on our run game, we've had some pretty good success, and that's I attribute a lot of that to him, and he don't get a lot of recognition for it, but he does a great job just for being a sophomore.
So with Glasgow up 21-0, Metcalfe County would get the football back and would eventually turn the football over on downs. and then Glasgow would get it back at their own 16-yard line with just a little over 3 minutes to go in the first half, and took it down the field 84 yards in just 5 plays. Again, a very quick drive, 1 minute and 5 seconds. Ben Hughes catches a 30-yard touchdown pass from Desi Austin. Noah Howard adds the extra point. The score 28-0 in favor of Glasgow with 2:14 to go in the second quarter. And those 2 drives right there, those last 2 scoring drives, Jeff, 1 minute 33, 1 minute and 5 seconds, and certainly we've seen that capability from this offense to be able to be a quick strike offense.
It does, and you know that's a good thing. When you can get in that rhythm and you can keep it going, and you know we're just not ready yet to take that next step and be able to do it over a 4-quarter period. And it's, you know, tonight we had the ball down there in the second half close a couple of times. We could have busted this game wide open and maybe put 35 to 42 points up on the board. But it's just a bunch of little things that's keeping us from taking that next step. And I don't know when that next step's going to happen, if it's going to be next Friday night against E-Town, or if it's going to be the next week in the playoffs, or if it's going to be next year. But that next step will be taken by us, because I believe that we are getting better. We're going to mature, and we're going to understand the offense that much more. And, you know, a lot of this is just a lot of reaction to you react to what the defense is doing and make plays. And I've seen bits and pieces of that all year long. And we said that from day one it was going to be a growing experience, and it has kind of played out that way. We've seen glimpses, though, of what special this could all be, I think, and we just got to be patient and hang in there, and those boys will, you know, as bad as we want it to happen each week, you know, we got to be patient, because I do believe deep in my heart that it is going to happen.
Not a lot going on in the second half. The only score of the second half was a Metcalfe County score, as they scored with 5:43 to go in the ball game on a 9-play, 75-yard drive. Jake Dial scored on a 1-yard quarterback sneak. Their 2-point conversion attempt was no good. That set the final score at 28-6 with 5:43 to play in the game. So we'll come back in just a moment and take a look at the final numbers, team-wise and individual, and we'll take a quick look at Glasgow's final regular season opponent, the Elizabethtown Panthers. We're back after this on WCODU Sports.